Hi guys, this is O-level chemistry, paper 11, November 2016, question 21. Which row shows the pH values of 0.1 mole per dm cube solutions of ammonia, hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride and sodium hydroxide? So out of these, sodium chloride is a neutral salt. So it will have a pH of 7. So this eliminates options A and B. Now, NaOH is a very strong base, so it will have the highest possible pH. So in the remaining two options, we have pH of 13 and pH of 1. So pH of 13 is correct, pH of 1 is incorrect, which means option C should be the correct option. But let's check the pH values of the remaining solution. HCl is a very strong acid. It will have a pH of 1, which is there. And ammonia is a weak acid, so weak base, sorry. So it will have a pH lesser than NaOH but greater than 7. So the pH for ammonia is written as 11, making option C the correct option for this question. Question 22. The diagram shows the apparatus used to extract aluminum from aluminum oxide. Which statement about this process is correct? The electrolyte is a solid mixture of aluminum oxide and cryolite. No, it is a liquid mixture of aluminum oxide and cryolite. The electrolyte is aluminum oxide dissolved in water. No, it is aluminum oxide dissolved in cryolite. The equation for the reaction at the positive electrode. Positive electrode is the anode. Anode is where oxidation is taking place. But the equation given is for reduction of aluminum ions to form aluminum metal. So the equation is not for the positive electrode or the anode. This equation is for the negative electrode or the cathode. And next, the positive carbon electrodes lose mass during the process and need regular replacement. Positive electrode means the anode. The anode are carbon brushes. When oxygen gas is produced at the anode, at the high temperatures used, the oxygen gas burns away the carbon anode brushes as carbon dioxide and they need to be regularly replaced. Therefore, the correct option for this question is option D. Question 23. A student has five reagents: dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, dilute nitric acid, solid calcium carbonate, and solid copper carbonate. How many soluble salts can be prepared? So, listing one by one, we can have calcium chloride, which is soluble. We can have calcium sulfate, which is not soluble. We can have calcium nitrate, which is soluble. We can have copper chloride, which is soluble. We can have copper sulfate, which is soluble, and we can have copper nitrate, which is soluble. So in total, one, two, three, four, five soluble salts can be prepared, and one insoluble salt can also be prepared. So the correct option for this question is option C. Question 24. Which reaction is not a redox reaction? So reaction 1 has calcium having an oxidation number of +2 in the reactant and the same oxidation state is present in the product. So no change of oxidation state takes place. Thus, it is not a redox reaction. In the second equation, carbon has an oxidation state of 0 in the reactant and of +2 in the product, making it a redox reaction. In the third reaction, carbon in the reactant has an oxidation state of 0, in the product an oxidation state of +2, making it a redox reaction. And Fe2O3 has an oxidation state of +3 in the reactant and of 0 in the product side. So this is also a redox reaction. So the correct option for this question is option A. Question 25. Some properties which make elements different from each other are listed. The metallic character, the number of electron shells in an atom, the number of protons in an atom, and total number of electrons in an atom. Which two property increase across a period in the period table? So the metallic character decreases along the period. The number of electron shells in an atom stay the same along a period. The number of protons in an atom increases along a period, and the total number of electrons in an atom also increases along the period. So the properties 3 and 4 increase along the period, making option D the correct option for this question. Question 26. An aqueous copper to sulfate solution is placed in an iron container and left to stand for several days. Which statement describe what happens? Atmospheric oxygen reacts with copper to sulfate to give black copper to oxide. No, this reaction does not happen. Some fine iron particles are formed in the solution. No, iron does not displace copper. The part of the container in contact with the solution is coated with copper. Yes, copper gets reduced. So copper ions will convert into copper metal and will deposit in the area where the solution is in contact with the metal container. And the solution turns from green to blue. No, the solution is blue in color. So it does not turn from green to blue. So the correct option for this question is option C. Question 27. Which equation shows a reaction that will occur at room temperature and pressure? So bromine will not oxidize chloride ions to chlorine. So this reaction does not happen. Bromine will oxidize iodide ions to iodine. Iodine will not oxidize chloride ions to chlorine. And iodine will not oxidize bromide ions to bromine. So the correct option for this question is option B. Here we can see displacement reactions taking place. The halogen on top of the group can displace all the halogen ions from their salts below it. So bromine can displace iodine, but not chlorine. Chlorine can displace both bromine and iodine cannot displace chlorine or bromine. Question 28. Attaching pieces of magnesium to underground iron pipes can protect the iron from corrosion. Which reaction protects the iron from corrosion? So, since magnesium is more reactive than iron, magnesium would undergo oxidation and protect iron from corroding. So, the reaction for the oxidation of magnesium would be Mg solid producing Mg2 positive aqueous ions and giving off 2 moles of electrons. So options A and B have been eliminated because they are reactions involving iron. Option C has magnesium ions accepting electrons to produce magnesium, which is reduction. And option D has magnesium metal converting into magnesium ions and giving off electrons, which is oxidation. Therefore, the correct option for this question is option D. Question 29. Which compound is used as a fertilizer? Ammonium sulfates. Yes, all ammonium salts are used as fertilizers. Barium carbonate, no, it is an insoluble salt. Calcium hydroxide, no, it is a partially soluble salt. And lead chloride, no, again, it is an insoluble salt. So the correct option for this question is option A. Question 30. In the Haber's process, hydrogen and nitrogen react to form ammonia in the presence of a catalyst. Which of the two reactants is obtained by fractional distillation and what is the catalyst used in the Haber's process? So nitrogen is used by the fractional distillation of liquid air, eliminating options A and B, and iron is used as a catalyst in the Haber process and not nickel, making option C the correct option for this question.